great strategy, I thought, is instead of like if everything you buy is something that loses value right away or loses value over time, why not buy things that will potentially raise in value, right? Like long ago, I was buying Bitcoin. I was mining for Bitcoin. It's driving revenue. So I think that's a good tactic here. So if you take some of your spending on things that are just going to depreciate in value, they're just going to like go away, you won't be able to create value from it. Start taking a little bit of your funds, figure out a way to create value from it. Maybe it's something you do that you charge a service for. Maybe it's an investment. Maybe it's Genius Token, right? Because Genius Token, you can take any amount of value, convert it to Genius Token, and then derive performance rewards from that genius. So Genius is like a way for anyone on Earth to get passive income. They need value and time to do that. So their own time and attention have a lot to do with it. But hey, whether it's $2 worth of value, $5 worth of value, $100 worth of value, you can use that with Genius to generate passive income. So yeah, if you're struggling financially, the best thing you can do is find ways to change your spending habits to be on things that will help with that. And that completely changed my life. Like on my dad's side of the family, I guess there were a lot of like really successful business people on my dad's side of the family. And my mother's side of the family was a lot of like medical people. So like I have this very unusual amount of knowledge in the medical world for somebody who has barely been in there just for a little bit of time. But what I'm getting at is these habits of buying more appreciating assets instead of depreciating assets. That habit, hey, stop buying the things that don't buy furniture. Like I once had an apartment. I had no furniture. Yet I had 3 facilities where there was nothing but Bitcoin miners in there. I had no furniture. The furniture wasn't going to get me revenue. So doing this habit brought me far beyond where my mother or father had ever been financially, and probably far beyond anyone on my mother's side of the family that I'm aware of, and probably also far beyond anyone on my father's side. So just a little habit like that can change a lot of things. I hope that inspires you. I hope that lets you realize like this is something you can do. You can put your attention on the fact that you might spend too much on depreciating assets, and then you can change your intention to change your habit a little bit there. What chains will first be launching? Yep, Binance Smart Chain and Ethereum. How will Pulse stacks work if Pulse is a year out? Yeah, the Pulse chain stuff just has to be figured out. No extra incentives for Genius Pulse sacrificers. The incentives when it comes to Genius are every incentive for Genius is something that pumps Genius more, is something that adds value to Genius. So any incentives are the simple fact that even in the Genius Smart contract, all incentives in there are for the whole sake of a healthier market and for the full sake of driving value, and for people who want to give up their value, that gets redistributed. And we give up value all the time. Remember, buying depreciating assets does that. Right. Let's see. Well, I think we might need to get to talking about a surprise feature here. This is very general information. Yeah, if you want to understand Genius like a lot more in depth, just read the white paper a bunch of times. You'll always pick up new information from it. And yeah, just read it a bunch of times. Because, when you read something in one pass, you might not remember everything. but you might have to remember certain things in order to understand other things. So when you read something over and over again, it's really helpful. Okay, so for liquidity, okay, I answered that.